Turnabout reminiscences.
Did you turn about the reminiscences of the reminiscing?
Seven reminiscences.
I hope you did, everyone, because that's what we're doing today. So welcome back.
Why did we suddenly turn into people with English as second language?
Kay Faraday, the young lady who calls herself English. The second Yagarasu, episode 4, Turnabout Reminiscence. The piece of cloth that she conjured up has taken me back to many years ago. But how do you even remember Edgeworth? You remember the cloth, but not her name. 7 years earlier. You're a madman.
I mean, he just saw the cloth and that reminded him. He didn't, like, just seeing her didn't remind him because she doesn't look the same.
It seems so freaking weird that the name wouldn't remind him. Yeah, that's right. I did it. I killed the guy. But it was the great thief, Yagarasu, that told me to do it. I'll let you do this person.
No, you do it.
I said, just what exactly are you trying to say? Don't you get it? I know the true identity of Yagarasu. Who are these people? Yagarasu is the man standing over there at the prosecutor's bench.
Are you saying that I'm the Yagarasu?
Don't you dare deny it. You told me to kill him, and you stuck into the embassy. Are you kidding me that Mr. Fair... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Objection! Mr. Real, I think we've heard just about enough out of you!
Your Honor, please listen to me. I'm telling the truth. You gotta believe me! But I want to see the judge. I mean, I didn't get to see him close up like we normally do. What is this? In accordance with a new prosecutor shall be called to replace Mr. Faraday. This court will be in recess until the new prosecutor is ready. Him? A prosecutor. Alright, cool. That makes sense. I don't know what's going on here. September 10th.
Look, he's in the suit from the first case.
3:20 p.m. District Court 3rd floor lobby. Well, that was interesting.
Oh, is that guy the precinct?
The precinct is here, yes. It's almost time for me to enter the courtroom. I'm going to prove them wrong, and they're going to like it. And so it is my first assignment as a prosecutor will be... Oh? Wait, no. What? Huh? What?
Yeah, this is his first assignment as a prosecutor.
Wait, I thought his first assignment as prosecutor was something else.
Nope.
Or wait.
No, it was defending Phoenix in that kid's trial.
Wait, so did they not... Well, I thought the first case with Edgeworth was the one where he was going against that prisoner guy in Dahlia Hawthorne or something like that.
No, that wasn't his first case.
I thought that was, and they just didn't count it or something. Did they just not count it or something because it was like, oh, the guy killed himself in mid-trial or something? Like, geez. Just the prosecutor's badge. So how are we going to prove anything without any evidence?
Well, we're going to get the evidence, probably.
I don't know. Wait, actually, past Edgeworth might say something different about this, maybe. This badge's design is said to reflect the relentlessness and the discipline of law enforcement. It comes from the authority vested in us as the strict protectors of the law, and executors of sentences much like harsh winter frost and blazing summer days. The awareness to identify oneself as a prosecutor, but my mentor has taught me that it's more fashionable to keep it in my pocket.
How poetic.
I'm pretty sure that was different then. Alright. Hello, Manfred von Karma, my mentor who has never known defeat in 35 years, a legendary prosecutor. Only 35 years? That's pathetic. Come talk to me when you make it to 40 years.
Shut up.
Anyway, and so my first prosecutor assignment as a prosecutor will be as a replacement for a prosecutor who has been accused by the defendant. So what, they believe the defendant? That's kind of weird. Who is that?
I think that's Von Karma.
Edgeworth! Duh!
Oh? Yep.
Sir. Have you read over all the documents regarding this trial?
Yeah, all the ones we don't have?
Yes, sir. I've memorized everything there is to know.
I've memorized my prosecutor's badge.
Edgeworth looks a little bit more expressionless in this sprite for some reason.
Well, this is back whenever he was just a puppet.
Very good. The paperwork for the prosecutor substitution is just about complete.
Edgeworth stopped being a puppet around the first game.
I like how they say his name in the profile, but they don't say his name right there. Like, that makes sense. Oh, okay. Oh, I was like, there's his name all of a sudden. Edgeworth, always bear in mind that as your mentor, I, Manfred von Garva, will accept nothing short of perfection. I understand, sir.
They have very similar suits.
Yeah, they kind of do, don't they? Having the chance to stand in court at such an early stage in my career, I am honored and proud. As I have watched over your studies, I am giving you this very rare chance. Prove yourself. Crush the defendant's pathetic lies into oblivion.
Nice face.
Yes, sir. Oh, what's so lying about us now, huh? That such a legendary prosecutor is watching over and judging my performance. I have to be perfect in every way. That is the Von Karma creed, after all. Okay. What am I doing now? I'm doing nothing. I'm just gonna talk to you, man. What's up, man? Today's trial should have ended in just 1 minute. Because the defendant was picked up by the security camera, correct? Exactly. The killer had the gall to say that he had only killed because he was instructed to do so. Even more outrageous is his claim that the case prosecutor, Barin Faraday, gave the order. Barin. Man. Faraday is such a fool. He's been cornered by his very own prey. Sir, are you an acquaintance of Mr. Byrne Faraday?
Such a weird first name. I've heard that as a last name, but not a first name.
Never heard of a last name either. He is a pathetic man who speaks nothing but nonsense. Nonsense? He once tried to explain to me a way of punishing those who cannot be brought to court. Those who cannot be brought to court. That is nonsense for no man that is above the law.
Well, that is nonsense for no man is above the law.
There is always a few exceptions. However, there is no reason to even accept with reasons of individuals.
What?
A prosecutor is a guardian of the court. One with no obligation to outside matters. Thus, there is no reason to deal with such individuals I see. Edgeworth, disgrace yourself, as Faraday has though not be forgiven. I'm losing my breath right now, my gosh.
You're also losing your freaking reading comprehension.
I'm losing my brain cells. Have you no fear? I will no lot.
What?
You down, sir. In place of the accused, in the accused prosecutor, Byrne Faraday, I will prove the defendant's guilt. Very good. I've secured an hour of recess for you to prepare to do just that.
Snap.
Show them all the power of Von Karma. Okie dokie,
but he's not Von Karma.
What?
He's not Von Karma, so how can you show the power of Von Karma?
A bookshelf, huh? Compendium of Laws for Beginners. I don't have the time to read this and second-guess myself now. Or do you, Edgeworth?
Look at that really scared guy in the top left corner.
This guy? Or that guy?
I guess they kind of would both fall into that. Either that or he's really thirsty and it's not working.
Who are you talking about, though? This guy?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, it's what? It's an old lady?
Woman.
Alright, all yours.
Eh.
Excuse me, madame. What is something the matter?
I just thought someone would have brought me some more devs by now.
What? I didn't know this was Ernest Mano here. But this is a courthouse.
No, like Ernest doesn't have, like, I was doing a higher pitch voice.
It would be quite atypical. So Ernest has a higher voice than an old lady?
No, I was doing a higher voice for her.
Oh. Sounds the same to me. It'd be quite atypical to provide whores devours here.
I literally just said it. It's hors d'oeuvres.
What? No. Oh.
Are you sure? Someone poured me a fresh cup of coffee last time I was here.
Wait, it's coffee?
What?
What? Hors d'oeuvres or whatever the heck you called it is freaking coffee?
I mean, hors d'oeuvres, hors d'oeuvres are like side food items.
I don't get it. What the heck does she think a courthouse is for? That's a good question. Hey, they have the sense of depth again. My gosh, it's amazing. Alright, what's up, Dan?
Oh, he is drinking. But he's nowhere near the thing!
Well, this is well, maybe it's a really powerful drink.
What is with the freaking water pressure in that thing?
This is so good! I could drink a whole gallon! I've never heard of water that tastes that good. Maybe I'll give him a minute. Do you plan on gulping an entire reservoir dry? That didn't come out right at all, but whatever.
Does he plan on drinking an entire reservoir, dog? Aren't these great? Daddy made all of these.
Sir, but did you get fired right after you made them?
Shut up, you little brat.
Oh, jeez.
I spent the same amount of money on this model as it cost to build the real thing. And my boss wasn't very happy with me.
Hey, Daddy, didn't you say you built a secret mechanism inside of it?
I'll tell you about it someday when you're older.
A secret mechanism? Maybe he installed it as payback for getting fired? It could be trouble. Now I'm curious.
What is that supposed to be?
Is he gonna, like, blow up a freaking courtroom or something?
Is that a courtroom, or is that a... What? Is that a courtroom? Is it a building? What is that?
Well, defendant lobby number 1 and hallway and then courtroom. So,
no,
yeah,
he's talking about the model that's right in front of him. That little
I don't
thing on the
know.
table. I'm thinking that might be like a reference to something else in the series.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's see. No,
it is a model of the courthouse.
A model of the court. I guess I could have just done that. A model of the courthouse. It's pretty well constructed. Hands and a face. Don't tell me this thing transforms.
Robot in disguise.
But I wonder for what other purpose could they have been made? I do wonder. A luxurious and beautiful leather sofa. I must say, every part of this courthouse is meticulously well kept.
I feel like playing Smash.
Although the positioning of this sofa puts one under the direct gaze of the judges. Every judge in this courthouse's history has had quite the beard, and is gallantly parted with their beloved head of the hair, I see. Being a judge must be a very stressful career. I can imagine. Also, that was just really random, like live. A bulletin board. There are trial schedules posted on it. Trials scheduled for this week, huh? There's only today's trial listed. This must be a mistake, or this country's judicial system is not working as it should. Or there just could be lower courts taking on the lower cases, I don't freaking know.
Or there could just not be that many freaking trials going on.
Maybe this is a very peaceful country. Who really knows? Anyway, though, this should lead to the defendant lobbies. Edgeworth, where is your composure? If you wish to take a look at your enemy, do so in the courtroom, as you crush him. Indeed, thank you. You are a man of wisdom and experience, sir.
This is gonna be another episode of nothing happening.
Mr. Prosecutor, sir, you've got a good eye if you can tell that I'm a prosecutor with just one glance. As there are always only prosecutors and defense attorneys in this lobby. So those people and the kid are all prosecutors and defense attorneys then? Okay, cool, whatever. I usually hit the mark if I...
old woman.
What?
Especially that old woman.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, Manfred's an old man, so what do you want out of him, huh? I usually hit the mark if I guess one or the other while there is a recess. We're only guessing. Well, yeah, why not? Why not guess? The trial will resume shortly. Please wait a moment, sir. I was already well aware of that. Shortly or in the moment.
His yawn over.
Which one is it? Be specific. Egad, what a cold stare he's giving me. However, as a disciple of Von Karma, there is no option but to win. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. He's good. The power of his cold stare rivals my own. He's sleeping while standing up.
With his eyes open, apparently.
How could he? The trial is about to resume. I should stay on the premises. Nah, don't do that, man. The trial will resume shortly. Please wait a moment, sir. I was already well aware of that. Shortly or in a moment. Which one is it? Be specific.
Talk to Von Karma.
I think I've gotten everything. Did I do this yet? Oh, I did. Okay. Did I do the drinking fountain? No, I can't. They won't let me do the drinking fountain. Fine. Let's see how it is. That's it.
Because Captain Gulp is in the way.
Alright, Manfred.
Yeah, present your badge to him.
It is thanks to you that I have finally become a prosecutor, sir. It's amusing that you wanted to become a defense attorney, yet became my student. It is a strange path you have traveled.
Totally not the villain.
It's true that I had once wanted to become a defense attorney, but now I am honored and proud to be a prosecutor. I see that as a student of mine, I suggest you remember this well. The prosecutor's badge is not to be flaunted. Yeah, totally. The dignity of a prosecutor lies in the man himself, not in the badge. I understand. I will keep that in mind, and totally ignore your advice from here on out. Besides, why put holes in your fine garments? It's simply preposterous. Prosecutors must also take pride.
Nope.
Prosecutors must also take pride in their appearance. I will keep this in mind as well. I'm constantly having to remind the others as the prosecutor's office of this.
He is the prosecutor's office?
What? No, that's impossible. It's more fashionable to keep your prosecutor's badge in your pocket.
Why does he run out of breath so quickly?
This voice is killing me right now. I don't know why. It never used to do that. In other words, always treat a prosecutor's badge with care and honor. I understand, sir. And when I first introduced this voice on the character Dark in Ark the Lad Twilight of the Spirits, this voice did not kill my throat. At least I don't think it did. And now it does. So, like, something changed apparently.
You're getting too old for it.
Yeah, I'm 24 and I'm 1 month old now, almost 2 months. It'll be actually very close to 2 months by the time this episode comes out, but you know, whatever.
In 2 months, I'm gonna turn 24.
Oh my gosh, we're old men. We're gonna be going. It's all downhill from this point forward. 24 is the age where it dies. Where everything is.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, jeez. So have you achieved a firm understanding of this case? Yes, sir. I have memorized everything that is written down in the case files.
As in my freaking prosecutor's badge.
Well, then explain the case to me. I want to see if you really know what you are talking about. Understood. Is it time for an argument? A murder? A murder was committed on September 8th in front of the Kodopian embassy. That guy is awfully happy. The victim, Mr. Deedman. Okay.
Okay, his name is Deadman.
Gosh dang it, I didn't pick that up. I was just like, Deed, he's Deed. he committed a good deed today. As a staff member at the embassy, The defendant in this... Don't tell me that's Gumshoe.
No, that's Mackerel.
Mackerel? The defendant in this case is Mr. Mackerel. Was held... What? For questioning the night of the incident as he was deemed suspicious. He was quickly placed under arrest for possession of the murder weapon, a gun. Furthermore, at the time of the murder, Yatagarasu haunts embassy. The noble Yatagarasu vigilante of the business world reappears. My gosh, I can't read right now. The great thief Yatagarasu has successfully infiltrated the Kodopian embassy as well. He honestly kind of looks like Gumshoe a little bit, though. At first, he looks like Gumshoe a little bit.
Not really, no.
He has that weird spiky hair. He has that... Well, I mean, obviously his eyes are a little more closed, but it looks kind of like him a little bit. He's kind of got that weird beard thing going. His face is round.
No.
He's wearing a trench coat, it looks like. At first, Rel claimed that he himself was Yatagarasu, but that he did not kill Deed Ma. I wonder what he expected to gain from such a desperate lie. It's possible that he wants to go down while in the spotlight if he is found guilty. There just truly is no limit to people's inanity. But I digress. Continue, Edgeworth. Is Claudia Gavin like 8 years old in this timeline right now? I mean, I'm just kind of... I feel like something just gone wrong now. Yes,
I
sir.
don't know.
Like, I
This
can't
is 7 years ago. How old was Gavin?
Well, during the flashback case, he was 17, and that was like 2 years after the end of Trials and Tribulations, right? And this was like right after Trials and Tribulations. I mean, he would be like 8 years old or something.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
That means if I'm narrating as Clavier, then I should be doing 8-year-old Clavier. Half-head, no. I don't care. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to keep doing regular Clavier. I don't care. During the trial, the prosecution presented them the security footage that captured the murder. The footage clearly showed Mr. Rel as the murderer. The act of Mr. Rel firing the gun could be clearly seen from the visitor's gallery. Upon seeing that the defendant retracted his statement and admitted to the murder, I did it because I was told to. By the real Yatagarasu Burn Faraday. Excuse me. That sounds about right. However, you've forgotten one thing. While this may appear to simply be the murder of a Kodopian embassy staff member, people are actually referring to it as the second KG-8 incident. The second KG-8 incident. I'm very sorry, sir. I fear I failed to study hard enough. Well, even among the police, it's information that only a select few are privy to. Could you please enlighten me, sir?
Did Edgeworth have a little bit of a stroke?
He might have! Oh, jeez! Oh my gosh, look at you! Sir, what do you mean by the KG-8?
The 7th one?
How about the 9th, man? Let's rock. Oh yeah. It's time to party here. Oh jeez.
Come on.
For me. Can't talk right now. Ow, my back! I told you, 24 is where it all goes downhill. Oh jeez.
24 is the new 80.
In order to... What am I doing? In order for me to tell you that you must first learn about the... Okay, it doesn't help that I'm tired too. Take a look at these documents. And I also went bowling for 3 hours.
Alright, stop making excuses.
6 hours ago. This is a 3-year-old newspaper. KG-8 incidents off of the updates. It's also talking about organizer. Type reports received from Mr. Bond from Long Term. You have heard of the Yamano Group scandal before, correct? Yes, I have. The secretary of Urs Amano, the Amano Group's director, was arrested under suspicion of smuggling. Correct. That is correct. You cannot speak in a German accent when you do the Manfred von Karma voice. You just can't do it. It is impossible.
Shut up.
I told you, everyone. It is impossible. This is why I'm doing it right now for no... Why am I doing it right now? I don't know. I just felt like it.
Yeah, no one knows.
Is that even a German accent in the Manfred von Karma voice? You tell me.
Not particularly, no.
I didn't think so. Whatever. That was my best effort right there, but I still think this is a better voice to give him, so whatever. Sassy Yu was an employee of the Amano Group and the sole witness to the smuggling operation. It was she who brought the crime to light. However, Mr. Yu was silenced before... What?
Miss.
She could testify in court. Wasn't a Kodopian embassy staff member arrested for the murder? Kodopian embassy staff member Manny Kokshian found not guilty. What's his relation to the smuggling ring?
A shadow over the Amano Group. What's his relation to the smuggling ring? The victim, Miss CCU.
My face is tingling. I don't like this. Oh, jeez. However, due to the lack of evidence, the case went unresolved.
Also, I don't think you read that line before you moved on.
Well, I couldn't read it. A shadow of the Amano Group.
No, I was talking about the line that Von Karma was saying at the start.
I did.
Like right whenever this popped up.
The victim is the CCU. CCU? CCU. CCU. Is that an acronym for something?
Could be CU. Like, see you later.
Why the double C, then?
Because it's gotta be a stupid pun name.
I don't know about that. Huh. If only I was in charge of the case. I would have done everything in my power to prove his guilt. To make sure that all criminals are found guilty, my mentor really is dedicated.
No, not criminals, just anyone that's on the defendant's chair.
Faraday was the prosecutor on the case then, and he was as pathetic as ever. Mr. Faraday was in charge of the KG-8 incident as well. That's right. And now, once again, the victim of the case you are currently assigned to was someone who was scheduled to testify against the smuggling organization. And just like the last time, the victim was murdered right before he was to testify. You're catching on. Somehow, the victim was murdered just before his day in court against the smuggling organization. Specifically, my nose is tingling the most, and that's really bothering me. Events are occurring almost exactly the same way as they did in the KG-8 incident. So that's why it is being called the second KG-8 incident. Yes. Yes! Yet, there is one difference between the two incidents. What would that be? The so-called noble thief that is sending everyone into an uproar. The great thief Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu. I better find out more. Yatagarasu. Is there any evidence? There's evidence. Let's look at it. 6 mementos.
Okay.
Alright, that's all it says. Also, you can barely read that last line. That's kind of a ripoff, man. How do you expect to read that if you don't read it initially, huh? I don't think I presented it, did I?
That just shows how not important it is.
About the KG-8 incident. The trial came out to a proper conclusion, did it not? Huh. I'd hardly call the defendant being found innocent a proper conclusion. If I had been on the case, no one would have a single doubt about his guilt. But wasn't there a lack of evidence to prove that Mr. Kochin was guilty? A lack of evidence? Huh. There is no such thing. That's just like him, to be able to prove a man guilty, even when the evidence is lacking. Yeah, is that so, Edgeworth? You sure about that?
Stop being such a fanboy.
Excuse me. If it is true that the Yatagarasu showed up at the Kodopian embassy, what could he or she have been after? I don't know. Excuse me. No doubt to steal any suspicious accounting records and release them publicly. Or more likely to steal secrets from the Kodopian embassy itself. Since the item that the Yatagarasu stole from there was sent to the police. What was it that the Yatagarasu sent to the police? I don't know the details. Anything related to the Yatagarasu is getting the top secret treatment. Still, I find it very ironic. By returning the stolen item to the police, it was proof positive that the Yatagarasu had infiltrated the embassy on the same day the staff member was killed. Criminals have a way of incriminating themselves, wouldn't you say? That would have to be the first time the Yatagarasu has left behind evidence, correct? Yes, correct.
Yeah, okay.
If you wish to learn more about the Yatagarasu, then I suggest you ask Faraday. Mr. Faraday? He happens to be the prosecutor in charge of the Yatagarasu case as well. He's the prosecutor in charge of both the KG-8 incident and the Yatagarasu case. Mr. Faraday really has a lot on his plate. Indeed he does. Mr. Edgeworth, please tell me how to get my father innocent.
Are you okay?
No. No, I'm not. What is it, little girl?
You're scary, mister.
Did you need something?
I want to trade these coins with you.
Not the coins. A fistful of dimes, quarters, and pennies. But it looks like you have exactly $1.
I wonder what that is in the Japanese version.
Is this what you want? Yeah, I do wonder about that too.
It's probably gonna be like, just like 100 yen, or like around 100 yen coins. Thanks, it's exactly what I needed. Ah, my voice cracked.
Well, that's obviously a fitting voice then for someone of that age. Could that child be here to watch the child? How disrespectful for a child like that to be running around inside the courthouse. Does no one have respect for this country's judicial system anymore?
Judicial?
I said judicial system.
You said judicial. Jujitsu.
No, I didn't. The paperwork for the substitution is complete.
Hey, you almost stomped that on my foot, you prick.
Why you? Do you even know how much time there is left before the trial resumes? Your foot almost got in the way of my cane. I'm so sorry. I can have you moping up this court.
Mopping.
I could have you mopping and moping up this courtroom instead of protecting it in an instant.
He was pointing his cane past him.
All because you got in the way of my cane. It's no bother, sir. Not being completely prepared could prove to be a perfect handicap for me. A proud one you are. You would better collect the evidence from Faraday and prepare yourself. Because otherwise you'll get no sympathy from me.
Shut
it's
up.
It's time for your debut, Edgeworth.
Edgeworth?
I almost threw up. Ah. That was like a hiccup throw up right there.
Don't worry, Edgeworth.
September 10th, 4 o'clock p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. I didn't mean to start that right there. Whatever, man. ... And I think we'll start it on the next exciting episode, everyone. I'm gonna go recover and then go to sleep.
You're not gonna recover.
I'm never gonna recover. My freaking nose is still tingling. Why is that?
Because you're an idiot.
Do I have a problem?
Yes.
Probably. It's really unfortunate. Well, whatever. I guess Edgeworth... You know what? We're seeing it from a different side of the courtroom for once. Except it's still from the same perspective because...
And it's still going to be exactly the same.
Still going to be the same perspective because they decided for whatever reason, hey, let's go ahead and flip the camera to face the judge instead of the doors this time. Because the good guy's always got to be on the left side, right?
Except for whenever Gumshoe decides to switch sides for no reason.
And the Rhoda Teniro also at the same time also did that once upon a time. And then that
she was technically an antagonist for a while.
I don't know about that, but I don't know.
She was accusing you.
But well, yeah, for one part, I guess. Whatever. Well, anyway, we know what we're talking about. We're gonna go to bed. Actually, he's not going to bed. What am I talking? That sounded actually really wrong.
Yeah. He also turned into a little bit of the Tasmanian devil there.